Yesterday I got a personal message from a Christian, and as I was writing out an answer, I thought that I would do it more justice by turning it into a video. So I will read each sentence. Some of them are questions, some of them are answers. I will read each one and give my response. The other person starts. Would you like to know why people believe different things? My answer, definitely. The other person. It's because that is all they have in this world. My response. I'm not quite sure I understand you here. If you're saying that all people have in this world is their beliefs, then I would say there is so much more. We can appreciate beauty in sunset, good food, companionship, being warm, cozy and dry by the fire with a cat on your knee while it's cold, wet and windy outside. We can appreciate music, poetry, books, films, artwork, etc. Many of these things don't require belief. The other person. All matter in the universe will disappear to the individual dead man. My response. I presume what you mean here is that a non-believer will cease to exist after they die and therefore be unaware of the universe. Question mark. This is what most non-believers think, which is why we tend to focus more on making the most of this life while we're here. I know this is an unattractive prospect for Christians because they are so looking forward to what they think will happen after they die. But as far as us non-believers are concerned, there will be nothing after we die, in the same way that we can't remember anything from before we were born. The other person. What does man have other than that while he is living? My response. Plenty, I would say. Life is an adventure, full of puzzles, interesting people, amazing scenery, scarcely a dull moment, if you're lucky enough as I am to appreciate the world around me. It's also an opportunity to learn. For me, finding out how things work in the world is a lot of fun. Often you uncover even more questions when you look into something, but the pleasure is in the process. The other person. To an atheist, what is the importance of truth if there isn't a God? Finlay. My response. The truth is very important to me. I care passionately about being able to, or at least trying to work out whether something is real or not, using my brain as best I can. Logic, reason and rationality are very important in my opinion. Logically, there is a possibility that the Bible was not inspired by God, but made up by humans. The folk who wrote it are long gone, so we can't ask them. It's a mystery I don't know the answer to. I've been looking into this for many years, and it seems more and more likely that God only exists in the imagination of those who believe in him. As humans have learned more and more about the real world with the help of telescopes, computers and other newfangled technology, the involvement of a god or gods has retreated because we discover natural explanations for what was previously attributed to gods. Take rainbows, the sun, plate tectonics, bacteria and so on. We understand what they are now and how they work. We didn't in the past, and they were considered mysteries, or gods. The other person. Who cares if there is other life out there? My response. I presume you mean life elsewhere in the solar system, our Milky Way galaxy and other galaxies. I care a lot, because it's interesting and fascinating. We might find an answer to this question soon. It already seems likely that there is bacterial life on Mars because of the levels of methane in the Martian atmosphere. Jupiter's moon, Europa, may well have liquid water beneath its frozen icy surface. We may find out within our lifetime for sure, and finding life in this water is not outside the realms of possibility. Life on planets orbiting other stars will be much harder to detect. They are incredibly far away, and travelling there is absolutely impossible with today's technology. Nevertheless, it's fun to speculate. The other person. Who cares how we became? My response. I think we all do. You believe that the Bible covers it. I'm more skeptical. If the Bible unambiguously describes things which were later on discovered through scientific research, then I for one would find it a lot more credible. The other person. All of this proof and evidence of all these new technologies and theories, why defend them? My response. I presume you meant proof and evidence discovered with the help of new technologies leading to new theories. I feel the need to defend open-minded scientific research driven by curiosity because it is sometimes hindered by people who don't appreciate it. The other person. Why look forward to them if you will perish? My response. By them, do you mean new discoveries? Simply put, knowledge gained through systematic research leads to greater understanding, and in my book, greater understanding will lead to wiser choices, which might, if we're lucky, stop us from destroying ourselves and life on this beautiful planet. I think it's inevitable that I will perish one day, but that doesn't stop me wanting to do my small bit to help make the world a better place for my loved ones and all humans, animals, and life forms who will outlive me.